What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back at BeechBend Raceway and we have a working O2 sensor this time. I hope that helps out with a little bit of mile per hour. I don't expect a whole lot more ET, mainly because this converter in this gear, it's a 14 gear. Went through the quarter mile traps at 6100, so I think it could use a little bit more gear. But we don't have a 40 to 50 mile an hour headwind. And I'm going to turn the two-step up just a little bit, try that. I'm going to turn it down, try that way the converter can flash. But the O2 sensor working is the biggest portion. So we got awesome weather today, so let's make some passes. All right, so this is the first. Shit's $9.99 a gallon. We're going to put a little bit in here, not a whole lot, because that's not very good for these O2 sensors that I keep having issues with. So we've got 2 gallons in there, $20 freaking for 2 gallons. There's about 5-6 gallons of 93 in there, so that should be pretty good. All right, so last time we went on 9, this time we're going on 11. And now I'm gonna put 7 rebound and 16 compression. Struggling to get my laptop booted up. I don't know what's going on. Pretty good. Let's check it out. 1168 at 117. 749 at 94.6. We'll check the video out, check the log, look over and see what I need to do next. Okay, so here we are on the two-step at 3500, which is, you know, it's a 3500 stall. But this, for some reason, this computer, you tell it to go to 37 and it's like 34. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. As you can see, we were riding the converter really hard right here, so it was a pretty bad 60 foot. It went 171 to the 60. That's absolutely horrible. So personal record mile per hour in the quarter. Other than that, that's the only record it's set. I think it'll get better as the night goes on, but I'm going to turn the RPMs down a little bit. That way it can flash. I talked to a fella on the Instagrams. Oh man, thank you. And he said turn it down a little bit so it'll flash. So I'm gonna take his advice and do that. 1168 at 117, 749 at 94.7. I don't know what the deal is, man. It felt like it left really good. 172 60 foot. That's not good. I'm gonna turn the launch down just a little bit more. cage that you can order. This is complete hand built. Yep. He ordered the tubing and bent it all.
35, yes.
this is the S10 stock 4.8
Bone stock. You gotta put the bone in there.
bone stock
Bone stock.
with a remote Terpsky.
Tied up in there pretty good.
You can hear that oil pump ripping.
It's up there somewhere, for sure. Ooh, I got some crap on my tires.
And a stock NV 3500.
Stock NV 3500 out of a 4.3, not out of a full size, so can't expect much out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it does have a 8.502 rear end with an Eaton True Track differential. So that's a plus.
Yep.
Let's do it again. All right, me and Jared just raced 170, 160 foot, still kind of slow. 747, 94.6. Yes. 1162 at 118. 118 and a quarter. Hell yeah. I'll take a little slower ET for 118 mile per hour. I'll take it.
All right, so I'm gonna drop the RPM another 100, just because I think it could take a little less. All right, so there we go, 3,400. I think that unit over there leaving. So we did all right. Wasn't the fastest. Was actually pretty slow, quarter mile ET, but it did pretty good on the mile per hour end, which was kind of what I was expecting. The DA was around 2,000, 2,100. So we were lacking a little bit in the 60 foot and the ET, but the mile per hour was really good, which is kind of weird. I think that O2 sensor really fixed it. So first pass off the trailer, 170, 160 foot. That's terrible. 749 at 94.6 in the eighth, and 1168 at 117.26. So we finally broke into the 117 in the quarter. Pass number 2. Dropped the RPM a little bit. I think 200. 172 60 foot, a little slower. 749 at 94.7. So pretty much the same. short track, 1168 at 117.0. So, I mean, that's an 1168 with a 1 and 1168 with a 0. Pretty consistent. Next pass. Drop the RPM a little bit more and tighten the rear end up. 170 60 foot, 744 at 95.0, 1160 with a 6 at 117.8. So getting close to 118 miles per hour. Drop the RPM a little bit more, and then we went 170 160 foot, still really slow, 747 at 94.6, 1162 at 118.2. So we broke into the 118 mark in the quarter, which is, that makes up for the slower ET. Very happy about that. And then the final pass was a 170 60 foot, so a little bit better, not much. 744 at 94.99 and 1162 with an 8 at 117.5. So let's do the math. After I get my time slips wet, we have two 1168s and two 1162s and one 1160. Let's see, hold on. Two 749s, two 744s, and one 747. It's a very consistent truck now that I've got the trans brake working. So I'm not that disappointed with the performance from last night. I really didn't plan on going to the racetrack. My buddy Jarrett talked me into it. So we showed up anyways. So the next move for the truck, I think, is going to be a restall. I am going to spray it the next time out just to see where this converter is before I actually decide to pull it out and send it off. But other than that, the truck is back to where I really enjoy it. So I'm pretty happy about the way it's running, and I think that's the way I want to keep it. I don't want to cross that line where this truck becomes a second job. I want to keep it where it's at. Yes, I'm going to improve it and make it a little faster, but I don't want it to be ridiculous where you got to damn near pull the whole thing apart after every pass. Not literally, but just becomes such a hassle that it's not fun. We enjoyed last night a whole lot, and I kind of want to keep it like that. Whether that means having to deal with it being a little on the slower end, that's fine. I enjoy it. Now, as far as Jarrett made a lot of good progress with his truck. Being the first time he ever ran a quarter mile, 13.7 is what he got. I'm very happy with that for him, and now it gives us some room to work for him and improve upon that. Check out S10life.org. There's stickers, there's hoodies, there's shirts, there's hats, there's all kinds of stuff on there if you're an S10 fan. But back to what I was saying with this truck, we're going to spray it next time we go out, decide on the converter, and make that happen. I'm not sure where it's going to be at. I want a 9-second quarter mile on the kit. It's a nitrous converter. It's a nitrous can. It ought to run really good on nitrous. Really good. Because right now we're trying to push it all motor, and it's just not cutting it. And I understand that. But I still think it's got capabilities to do better than what it's doing all motor. It just needs a little test and tuning. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below suggestions on what I should do next to this thing to maybe bump it down into 1130s. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Anything helps. I'm open to all suggestions. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see.